Hello everyone, Daniel Kerr here. I'm going to show you some amazing sound design possibilities in Ableton, and I'm using Ableton Live 12 Lite because all Ableton versions will work for this, and I have a lot of users lately who have been watching my stuff who use Lite. I want you to be able to follow along. Grab a plugin, any instrument plugin, and drag it over into a MIDI channel. I chose Alchemy. This is the old Alchemy edition. It does not matter what you choose, and it doesn't matter if you use presets or if you use your own stuff. I'm just going to choose one. I don't know what this sounds like. I'm going to go into the clips. I'm going to add a clip, and it's C4. I'm going to put I'm going to make this 2 bars. I'm going to stretch this note about 3/4 of the clip. Let's listen. Okay, in fact, I think plucky sounds are going to sound really good for this. Before I go there, this audio channel, I want to get audio from channel number 1. So you can see it's resampling, okay? In channel number 1, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab keys, and I'll start somewhere in the middle. I'm going to grab, I don't know, a few of these and just basically change presets as the note rolls around, and you'll see what I mean. Man, I love ramplers. Okay, so now I don't need channel 1 right now. I'm just going to grab this clip, take it over to arrangement view, and listen to it. Oops. Okay, I'm just going to start selecting spots in here and using Control E to chop this into pieces. Don't want that one. Good. Good. This is a little tedious, but just stay with me. Okay. Now I have, how many we got? 7? 10 clips. Okay, so I'm going to crop all these. And then I'm going to Control-Shift-T to add a MIDI channel, and I'm going to add a simpler over here, okay? Now in this simpler, we have 10 clips. I'm going to group this simpler. And the very first one that's right here, I'm going to make sure that I set the release to macro number 1. And I'm going to set I'm going to turn the sustain down. I'm going to set the frequency of the filter to macro number 2 and the resonance to macro number 3, okay? And then, this is number 1 of these 10 clips. I'm going to duplicate this by selecting Control D 9 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay? So now I have 10 clips, and the very last one here, I'm going to drag this clip down, and I'm going to right-click on it and normalize volumes. Go to the next one, grab the next clip, right-click, normalize volumes. Next one, drag this one down, right-click, normalize volumes. and so on. Whoops. I'm doing the normalized volumes because it just saves me hassle of trying to make sure that everything is loud enough in the future. Also, because I mapped the functions that I did map to the macro knobs and then duplicated the simpler in the rack, they're all going to be mapped all the way down, right? So these are the global controls for all of these. Now, if I play one of these notes right now, it's going to fire all 10 of these clips off at once. I'm going to get rid of that whole channel. And if I play it, it's going to be loud, basically, because it's going to play all of them at once. So what I want to do is I want to select all these instruments. Whoops, select all, Control A, and then right here I can just drag them all out, and then right click here, distribute ranges equally. Now when I play one, I can choose which one it's going to play, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this right here in the middle at 64, and then I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to put, well, before I do anything, I'm going to play a little bit of a melody. How about some bass? A little bit of, and you can add you can use your piano roll or your QWERTY keyboard like I'm gonna, but you won't be able to hear this metronome. Okay, those are in C minor. I'm going to get this release going. See? Now, go up a couple octaves and add some more stuff to this. Okay, there's a couple of weird spots. Mostly okay though. Now, right here I can choose these different hits that we made. I'm going to right click this and go to Show Automation, and it'll take me to the automation section of the clip. And down here, Instrument Rack Chain Selector, you'll see that that's the way it's supposed to be. I'm going to unlink this so that the envelope here is not connected to the length of the track. And I'm going to reduce this down to something very odd, a very odd time, so that it doesn't repeat a lot of times, okay? And then if I go to the selector here, I can move these things around. Now watch. Let's make this bigger and you can see. Now, if we look at the instrument, when we hide this, you can see here in the volumes that it's firing a bunch of different ones off at once. Now let's add some reverb. And you can play along with it as well. Okay, already that opens up a huge amount of possibilities. Let's duplicate this, and let's, on the second one here, let's offset the, boom, it's the chain selector, MIDI control, nope, it's in the instrument rack. Chain selector, let's offset the playhead. Okay, and then what we'll do is we will go to notes in this one. Whoops, that's over here in 12. Haha. And we'll select all these and let's stretch them out, and let's use shift and down arrow to take them down 2 octaves. Okay, and then let's add an arpeggiator to this one. Let's stop the first one. Now over here it says steps. We have our distance is 1 octave. So if we put 2 steps, each note will go up 3 octaves. The first, the original, and then 2 more. Listen. All right, sounds beautiful. Let's add a bass line to this. Plugins, maybe Vital. Make it lower. Without listening to the rest. Let's give this some Reese. Let's add some give it a little movement and slow it down a little. Let's add ivory breaks. Love that dude's stuff. So let's just add one just to give some movement and listen to what it sounds like. Boom. Drums, percussions. Loops. Okay. Very, very beautiful. Anyway, I think that's a great trick. Be blessed.